Okay.
Okay, we are sitting with David Goodwin Jr.
Senior.
Senior.
I'm junior.
Yeah.
Oh, you're junior. That's
Yeah,
right.
your
I'm
dad was
sorry.
senior. David
Yeah.
Goodwin Jr. It is, what's today's date? April 24th,
Yeah.
2015. 23rd in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I also have Mary Catherine Goodwin King, Jasmine Melody Cebulski, and Gretchen Goodwin is amongst us. Okay, roll with your questions.
Now, what I'm asking David is, he was at Caesar's Shell Station for how long?
Probably 20 years. From
You
the
managed-
70s to get kicked out of there in 94, I think, or 93.
And
Or
this,
no, I'm trying to, yeah, it was probably then, because
20 years. That's a long
I think
time.
it was 20.
And it was sitting just off to the front.
Yeah, it was
of
right in
Caesar.
front of Caesars.
Yeah.
See, all that was wash from the mountains up here. It goes straight down to Caesar's Palace. I'm pointing not in the right direction. Caesar's over there. But these mountains back here, all this was a natural wash before they put these retention basins in up here.
So a wash is where when the water comes down, it'll
Comes
just.
down out of the mountain, it
And
was
floods.
uncontrolled. It was just a natural wash.
Um,
We didn't have retention basins except out in that area in North Las Vegas.
hmm.
And they had controls on that with gates and stuff.
Now, can you tell her a little bit about some of the? I know you told me about some people you met there. What the things I always remember you talked about are celebrities you met. Also, that Caesar's was very generous to you. I remember they're giving you plates, dinner plates.
No, that was the guy that was in the food services.
Oh, did he?
Was it a Chinese restaurant or something like that?
There was the Osso and the Bacchanal. We got stuff from those restaurants that were
Were
the
there?
regular stores, but they were in a warehouse. And Lou would load up a Volkswagen bus with food and whatever canned foods and leave it at the station. I'd take it home and empty it.
Oh, really?
But I gave Louie a lot of stuff, big toolboxes, and we took care of each other. Louie Frillo was his name. He's a super guy. But he was like the food and beverage warehouse supervisor, or he was in charge. And then Caesars also had a deal going with some of the restaurants around town through the VIPs upstairs, and they were sending stuff over to different restaurants on the side, you see. True cost of the hotel was way up here, see, but if you got down to the real cost, it would be much less. But everybody was taken in the hotel, and they cut a lot of that out, and they found out after a couple of strikes with the culinary union how many people they actually needed to run that hotel.
Was much less.
Oh, many. But everybody hired a cousin, or not everybody, but some had hired their cousins or brothers or whoever. And they had people just sitting in the corner, and back in those days, when they first built the hotel, and there is today too, a lot of underground tunnels. And that sits on an underground tunnel that takes care of this water coming down here, and it goes across the street under the Las Vegas Boulevard through the Imperial Palace, or whatever they call it now. I don't even know what it's called now.
Well, you
But
did
that
have,
changed hands.
you did have a washout up there, didn't you? Because I remember,
Several.
with the mud coming into
Oh,
the
yeah, it was
station.
up to the bottom of that window,
Oh, really?
all over the station.
Oh, my goodness.
And that was in the 70s. But that's during the flood season, which was July and August in that era or time.
How did you get all that mud out of there?
fire hose and shovels. Went to the Small Business Association and they gave me a disaster $5,000 to, you get knocked around so much when you're with, especially dealers. Nobody cares about us, they want the gas, and we're getting the gas for free, that's what everybody thinks, and that ain't true. But it changes, it's changed today.
What were some of the things you remember, good things maybe about being over there? Or occurrences or things that happened?
I don't know what you want to call good. There was a lot of thievery going on with my employees. I had my dental hygienist, I hired her son, and I went in one early one morning as I did every day, but I'd go in and do the books before I had a bookkeeper and all that to get started. I didn't get them all done naturally, but I had $2,000 or $3,000 in the file cabinet, and the office was real small, probably, I don't know, the size of that window there, a square. But I put the money in the file cabinet and shut the door, and then I probably went to clean the restrooms because nobody, you know, when you ask somebody to clean a restroom, that's like, you don't do that. I mean, that was their opinion or their association. And anyway, that money disappeared. And I chased that son of a bitch all over town, and I went to his mother. She was the dental hygienist for our family. She cleaned my house, teeth. Her name was Barbara, but that don't make any difference. Kid was just an ass.
An arse, that's what the English call it. An
That's
arse.
right. But,
Oh my goodness.
Did you ever find him?
huh?
Did you ever find him and track him down?
Well, I did, but what could I do? I didn't have any proof. I didn't
Right.
actually see it.
Yeah.
And I make
When he
a
was
police
already gone.
complaint, and the police aren't gonna do anything. They're not gonna take 2 or 3 detectives and put on them and start taking fingerprints. They don't.
Yeah.
But it's changed so much now. I haven't been out there probably since I worked for Zarnowski, and I quit there in 2005, but I haven't been anywhere close to the Strip. I don't go out there anymore. But it impresses people, like if you go another state or something, if you're from Las Vegas, like it's a big deal. It's not a big deal. You know, it's all a lot of bright lights and what have you.
Well, they don't know.
And it was probably running better when the mafia had it. We had a bunch of those people trading with us now and then. Splotro and his bunch.
Wow.
And then this mayor we got, she was married to Oscar Goodwin. He was the mayor, and now she's in the 3rd term or 4th term, I guess. What is it, 2 terms she's had? This is her 2nd term.
Is this her second or third? I don't know.
He had 2 or 3 terms, but it's like a dynasty, and that isn't right. But there again, it's politics.
People just let them do it. They've done it so long, they know what they're doing, you know.
Yeah.
So they,
When this town first started, all the people that were in the know had the money in the hotels, etc., and then they would get into the political offices, and that's where a lot of, and it didn't start there, the graft and etc., but it got so bad that you could almost see the money just flowing out the doors with different people. All of a sudden, they're all got all this doings, etc.
Howard Hughes lived at the DI.
Yeah, he was there.
Ever.
And that, and
Was
then,
he was still alive when you were here then, early on?
Yeah.
Or
yeah,
when did
he
he
was
die?
living in the Desert Inn.
Yeah.
Lived on the top floor of the Desert
He
Inn.
bought the whole top floor, and Robert Mayhew was his protege, or whatever you want to call him. He was supposed to be something with the former CIA and all this, and he was just a big fat blowhard. But it depends on which level you're on. I had a guy that traded with me. His name was Henry. I can't remember his last name, but he was Hughes's baker, and Hughes loved a certain kind of cookie, and that's what he cooked for him. But he used to live right down the street from us over when we lived in the other part of town over there by Western High School in Washington and Decatur, in that area. But
So when you say traded with you, what does that mean exactly?
buy gas,
Oh, okay.
repairs, so forth.
Okay.
But he'd leave his vehicle there and we'd take him to work.
Mhm.
But we did that for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But everything is relative to the time you're in. See, and I used to argue that about being relative, but it is, and it's even more so today. It's like this little Cuban dude running around in your state down there saying he's American son, the greatest. He's crazy.
Talking about
He
Rubio?
don't even know what
Say
he's
about
talking
Rubio?
about, you know. And that Scott, what's his name? You know, he's your governor.
Rick
Or
Scott.
Rick Scott.
Yeah.
He's a bandit, and they've got $1 million suit against him in a roundabout way when he was head of Columbia Medical Care. Years ago, he walked away with several tens of millions of dollars, and Columbia Healthcare went belly up. Here he is running for governor, and he and Bush Jr. are like this, George Bush Jr., the buddies. But that's neither here nor there. But it happens, and it's going to continue happening. Why didn't we clean up Katrina? What, do we just do a halfway job? And Valdez, Alaska, what happened to that one? You can't trust people in the bureaucracy. They can't do anything. And like Eisenhower said, military entity in the United States is the mechanism of all of it. You got to watch it because they'll eat you up. All they want to do is go to war. We don't need all these wars. We certainly didn't have to go shoot that clown over there in Iraq. That's, I don't know why we did it, but some do.
If you want to take a break, I think you need to talk to